Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do, I'm going to have a play with some gel. I have sped this up, as you can tell. It's a bit of a long video. So I normally use a Silcare builder gel and I have brought a cover gel. This is the base one version. Base one is part of Silcare. Basically, it's just one of their particular types. So I thought I'd give it a go. And I'm trying to make a bit of a smile line on this. Now, I haven't used gel for, about a year. Over a year, in fact. You know, I haven't done a full set of gel nails since I last did Emma, which was a long time ago. So I thought I'm going to get it out and I'm going to have a little practice. And yes, I can tell the fact that it's been a while and I definitely need a bit more practice. I did really enjoy the gel, actually. It's a nice consistency. I do have one that's a much harder gel, but it's clear. And I thought, well, that doesn't really help matters because nobody will be able to see anything if I'm, you know, trying to do smile lines or whatever. You know, it just isn't going to work. So I thought I'd leave this in. So this is me. There's a bit of filing going to go on in this video. Partly, I want you to see how hard it is trying to file these damn tips. Whether on the practice hand or I do them like this, this is the filing routine. I normally put a glove on my hand now. I call it my glove of shame. You know, like cats and dogs and whatnot, I have the cone of shame. I have a glove of shame. Because I'm forever filing my own nails down. Interestingly, I've been watching Dorota Poleka. I know I haven't pronounced that right. I mean, in one of her videos, she was like, oh, let me just tape up my fingers so I don't ruin my nails. I'm thinking, it's not just me. It's not just me who files their own fingers down. Yeah. So yeah, I obviously want to crispen up this smile line. This design kind of just went on a life of its own, actually. It wasn't what I intended to do, but you know what? It was kind of fun because I was just like, yep, I'm just going to play and I'm going to see what happens. So this is what I normally use. This is my Silcare clear. I buy it in huge hunger grams. 100 grams. I buy them off eBay, actually, and I get them from Silcare, their eBay store, and I get it shipped from Poland. Because they are the only ones that do the big giant tubs. And yes, you pay, I think it's about £19 for delivery. But with the price that you're paying for per gram and the fact that I normally kind of bulk buy some stuff, so like I bought about 300 grams or something, you only get charged delivery once. So you can buy lots of products and you only have to pay once. But yeah, it worked out a lot cheaper than buying the tiny pots that you can get from the UK sellers. Which, so that cover powder one, which you saw was it's not a small tub, it's a medium-sized tub. But that was about the same price as it was for the 100 gram one. So, yeah. I am using Glitterstella Elsa's Freeze, which is an awesome glitter. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just tickling myself now watching my own video back. So yeah, I've sped it up because it will take a long time, but you can still see what I'm doing even though I've sped it up. But obviously this is a 15-minute video that if I'd left it in at full time, it was about 45 minutes in total. And that's even if I took out filing of each nail because I've only left in one. One of the mistakes that I made, I don't know why I'm turning it upside down. In my head, I'd kind of go, oh yeah, turn it upside down because it helps it flow towards the front. which is something I remember doing, you know, turn the hands upside down, let gravity help, bring it all to the front, which it does. So yes, that's why I was doing it. But actually I was watching, like I said, I've been watching some of the gel artists more, and they tend to put it more kind of in the centre and let it flow to the sides more. And they don't turn the hands upside down. So it's an interesting, interesting technique. And I thought, oh, do you know what? Maybe there's a different way of doing this. Maybe I should try something different. So here we are. This is the nightmare that is trying to file nails down when you're using tips. Obviously, I do not file like an absolute maniac like that. It is sped up. Oh my God, I'm like, I'm possessed. I love filing gel though, because it's just so easy to file compared to acrylics. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's just easy and simple and just, it's lovely. So I'm just sorting the shape out of that. And there we go. That's pretty much our first tip done. So a second one. So if I was doing this on a person, I would have obviously prepped. I use my dehydrator. I use an acid-free primer, Pro Bond, I think it is, that I use. Then I have Silcare do, it's called Pro Bond, which is a tacky, almost like a base coat, but you kind of scrub it into the nail. And then I do, you just saw it then, I did like a slip layer, if you like, of the gel. And then I come in with a bigger bead of the gel. If I'm doing it on a person, I find the biggest problem with gel is heat spikes. I've got a lamp where it cures at lower heats. So it's supposed to help with that. But even then, I still find it's a bit of a... So there is a technique with gel where you put your hand in, you count for about, it's generally between 4 to 5 seconds, just as you start to feel it heating up, and take your hand out of the lamp, give it a couple of seconds, and then put it back in again. So you'll feel the heat kind of disperse, and then put your hand in. So I would generally build it up a little bit on the nail plate. So I do a thin layer, cure that first, then come in and do another slip layer, if you like, and then build it up from there, just because I find it doesn't spike so much then for the person. It's yeah. Anyway, so for this nail, I'm literally just doing a, it's a blue cat's eye, actually, that one, but I decided I didn't want it as cat's eye. This one is just going to be a full, it's going to be a foil nail. Now, I have not used foil glue on this. I have literally just used some base coat, cured the base coat, and then I'm just pulling this on. There we go. I'm sorry, my husband is just now running water in the background. Just, you know, sorry if I've just made anybody need the toilet. Now I'm going to come over with a layer of base coat on top of that now, just to kind of seal in the foil. And then I am going to build on top of that with just some clear gel. So obviously, because this isn't a natural nail, I'm just using some base coat before I'm going to use the gel on top. So pop that one in, and they're just being cured for 30 seconds. Because the gels that I use are LED gels. Okay, so here you go. See, slip layer on. And it just helps the gel kind of go where you want it to go. The biggest issue with gel on these tips is the fact that there's nothing there to stop it from kind of going on a little wander. So yeah, like I said, there's different techniques. So a lot of them, this is the walking technique. So with acrylics, you pat and press your product down, but with gel you don't lift your brush off the product until you're pretty much finished. You want to just keep contact with it all the time, and it's a swooshing motion that you do more. And like I said, just hold the nail upside down for about 10 seconds, just to get it to put the bulk of the product in the centre of the nail. So not at the front, you just want it more at the top, you know, because you're trying to make an arch in there. You need it to have some strength. Same as you do with acrylic. And I generally just find turning over the hand. But yeah, like I said, I was watching some different techniques, so I do want to try those as well. I said it was just nice to actually get my gels out again, because like I said, I haven't used them in over a year. So this nail is just going to be a full nail of the glitter, because it's awesome. And like I say, this was just practicing, and it's different techniques of things you can just kind of encapsulate, or just doing a full nail with the gel. So I'm going to cure that in the lamp now. This one's all done, so we're going to take the tacky layer off. I'm just going to fling it around the place. Yeah. I do love my tip stand very much, but I think I need to replace my blue tack, because I did another set after this, and the same thing. I'm just basically throwing tips around the place. So again, slip layer all the way down in that. And now I've done a thicker slip layer, as you can probably tell with that, because it's got glitter and I want it to kind of seep into all the nooks and crannies. Same as you would do if you're capping for an acrylic nail. You do a thin layer of the acrylic, clear acrylic in there, quite a wet bead, and then you cap over the top, because it just makes a nicer, it just makes life easier. It's just easier to work with. I used far too much product on this, but I would prefer to have too much with gel, because you want to keep your contact all the time. I find it's easier to just keep going and just pull off the excess that I don't need, rather than having to try and add more to it, if that makes sense. Possibly. Okay, so I've done them. They've all been filed into shape now, so then it's just for the top coat. So there you go, that's today's play with a bit of gel. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's see what else we can do. I'll catch you in the next one.